crowd looking for troublemakers. He even told those coming here to point out anyone trying to cause violence or destruction and bring it to the attention of law enforcement. Because of the march, municipal courts will close this afternoon. City Hall will be shut down at 1. In fact, most city services located in downtown are going to close early. This is not a city-organized event, but we did speak with the mayor about the march. He says the city stands with the family of George Floyd in calling for a non-violent march.
People feel they're frustrated, they're angry, they want change, they want reform. So, we understand that. But even George Floyd family said, we want the protest, but we want it done peacefully.
So the march will start at 3 o'clock here at the screen. Again, goes to
George Floyd's brother visiting the Minneapolis Memorial site. While there is a lot of anger across the country, understandably, we can't forget that the Floyd family is still grieving right now. ABC 13 reporter Steve Campion spoke to Houston rapper Bun B, who says today's march is very important for the family.
We are fed up, quite honestly, with being treated in this manner.
In a candid conversation, Bun B talked about racism in 2020 America.
When you're a person of color and your children see things like this, they ask you why are they doing this to us. But when you're not a person of color and you see these things that happen, your children ask you why are they doing this to them. And that there speaks a lot to how people process these situations that happen against people of color in America.
The entertainer traveled to Minneapolis last Friday, visiting the very spot where George Floyd pleaded for help.
Then you get to the corner where George Floyd was killed, and it's just a lot of people from all walks of life, people traveling from all over the country to this particular spot to process the pain.
He wants people marching remain peaceful and report anyone trying to incite violence. Bun B remains optimistic. Change can come.
People do leave with hope, because to see people from all walks of life, all gender identifications, all colors, all classes, all wanting the same thing at the same time, it encourages people to be good people. It encourages you to make sure that you don't normalize this type of thing. It encourages you to hold on to your humanity and your compassion in moments like this, because that's what we need most of all.
In downtown Houston, Steve Campion, 13 Eyewitness News.
For the protests we've been watching.
He was very involved in the civil rights movement back in the 1960s, led by Dr. Martin Luther King, and he helped lead local sit-ins and marches to integrate our city. While he supports the protesters of today, he says he sees a big difference between then and now.
The chief difference was that there was a nonviolence in those early marches and demonstrations. The sit-ins were college students, and the marchers, even thousands of marchers going to Washington, involved fairly well disciplined marches.
Lawson, who is now 91 years old, says the violence came from the outside then, from police and from white people who were opposed to integration. He says what's disturbing is the violence he is seeing now is clearly those not interested in making things better.
Well, services began this week for George Floyd. On Thursday, there's a memorial in Minneapolis. On Saturday, a memorial in North Carolina. Then next Monday is the public viewing in Houston, and next Tuesday is the funeral also in Houston, set to start at 11 a.m.